Vine's POV. My defeated eyes met his dark ones as I walked down the aisle with my mother, and I bit my lower lip to keep my emotions in control. He gave me a small smile that made me think he was mocking me. I shifted my sight to the crowd. Relatives and friends sat in their seats, and my breath hissed when Jungkook looked at me with starry eyes. Is he here to watch me getting married to Taehyung? No, he didn't came for this. He came to save me, yet it was my own decision that put me in such a situation. Flashback. Makeup artists are doing their best to conceal my depression under makeup, and it's kind of working. I got all ready and my mom came to see me. "Oh my baby, you are looking so beautiful. I'm so happy." Hugged me feeling emotional. I didn't say anything, didn't hug her back, but I let her do whatever she wanted, as I always do, even though it's destroying me from inside. She broke the hug and asked me, "Are you okay?" It doesn't matter. Believe me, Ryan, he'll keep you safe and happy. Doesn't matter. So you're finally getting married. I turned to face the owner of this voice, clearly knowing who the person is. "Oh, Jungkook, you are finally here. I have to check all the preparations. Please stay with Ryan." Left the room hurriedly. In mind, "Yes, please stay with me." I remained silent and kept looking at him as if the word is ending soon. Well, it's ending soon. Not his, but mine. He slowly walked towards me and spoke seriously while staring directly in my eyes. "You didn't answer me, Ryan." I stayed mute and continued to stare at him. Close the gap between them. "Are you really getting married?" Intensely staring into her eyes. "What else does it look like?" Whispered. "It looks like you don't want to be here. Does it matter?" "Yes, it does. To me, it does matter. You're not happy." "I was never happy. What's new?" "This does not mean you don't deserve to be happy in the future too. You have all the rights to say no to this marriage." "You think I didn't say no?" "I did, but it didn't matter. Just like my existence." Felt so painful. Jungkook took a deep breath in while looking down, but again looked at her and said, "I'll save you." "How?" "From." "Run away. With me." With eager eyes, he gazed at her. "What?" whispered in disbelief. "I'll save you, Vine. Just trust me and come with me." "How can I?" shaking her head. "This will tarnish their reputation." They didn't think about your happiness, your consent, your feelings. Then why are you thinking about their reputation? I was just looking down, contemplating. Do you trust me? More than myself, whispered looking at him with moist eyes. Then come with me, held Ryan's hand. Is it really happening? Is he truly in love with me? Is he really going to save me? It all feels like a dream. For the first time, someone is taking me out of the mess. But oh, no, she didn't consider my feeling. I have all rights to take decision for myself as I am the only one who will be dealing with the consequences. For the first time, I'm going to be selfish. I hope I don't regret it. I'll try to negotiate with mom after the situation gets cooled down. Jungkook dragged me out from the back door and I let him. Run, Ryan, we don't have much time. Took fast and cautious step. I started running with him. We were out of the wedding avenue and now we were running towards Jungkook's car. One odd thing I noticed was the guards were guarding the whole palace, but they didn't run after us or stopped us, even after noticing us. They were the Kim's family's car. We were still running, but something clicked in my head. I immediately come to a halt, making Jungkook stop too. He looked at me in confusion before asking me, "Is there something wrong?" Yes. Where will you take me? Seriously. Away. Maybe to another country for a while. Now shall we leave before they catch us? Started dragging Ryan again, but she stood still in her place. What now? Asked in frustration and panic. What are you going to do with me? Asked with a straight face and a chilly tone. What? What would I do with you? I won't do anything wrong, Ryan. You are my best friend. Tried to understand Ryan's question. Best friend. That's what I am doing. He's not saving me because he loves me. He's saving me because I'm his best friend. And I was going to tarnish my family's reputation just to get friend zoned and hurting them. Why I couldn't understand that he is here to save his best friend, not his love. Shook Ryan by grabbing her shoulder. What are you thinking, Ryan? Please hurry. No. Shakes her head. Never. I won't. Looked around, unable to believe what she was going to do. Ryan, are you serious? Tried to look at her face as she was looking down, having shocked expressions. It's better to get hurt by my enemy than to get hurt by someone I adored the most. I pushed his hands off me and took a few steps back, probably looking horrified, while he just stood shocked and worried. I lifted my gown a little, turned around and ran back, without looking at him this time, because I knew if I looked at him, I won't be able to leave him. I controlled my sobs by putting my palm on my mouth and kept running. He yelled out my name several times, but I didn't look back. Made this decision is saving both of us from future sorrow. It will hurt me a little, but it's okay. I've always been self-destructive, and I'm used to this pain now. I entered the venue from the back door and went in front of my changing room, where my mom was standing, looking all worried and on the verge of crying. She dashed over to me and hugged me tightly. Vaiana, where were you? I was so worried, cried. You thought I ran away? No, I thought someone took you away from me, cried even harder, as she was already feeling emotional due to the wedding. I just hugged Mom back and closed my eyes to feel the peace for once, and probably for the last time. I again didn't allow my tears to escape and caged them in my heart. Flashback ends. Standing in front of him, my eyes refused to meet his, but I had no choice when he held my hand in his and said, "Welcome back, darling," whispered in a low tone. I looked at him with wide eyes, but changed my expression to cold ones, while he kept smirking at me as if he had won a trophy. He knew that I was about to run away, but he didn't stop me. Why? The priest began the ceremony and I stood there, completely blank. We exchanged our vows while my mind was not even present in the moment. Priest instructed us to exchange the rings and Taehyung made me wear a rare black diamond ring. Black, just like my fate. Just as rare as you are, looking in her eyes intensely. I finally looked at him properly and he smirked again. He's never gonna change. His case is hopeless. I also made him wear the ring and priest announced us as husband and wife. Cringe nonsense. I looked away from him and my eyes fell on Jungkook again, who appeared so lost, blank and defeated. When my mother happily hugged him, he pretended to smile. I was still staring at him without any shame when a shock brought me back to the reality. I'm not ready for this. The groom may, the bride. I looked toward Taehyung, shaking my head slightly, indicating that I don't want this. While his smirk grew wider, nodding his head slightly, indicated that he is going to do this nevertheless. He drew me closer to him by my waist. "You are mine now," prominently stated. He got closer while my breath got caught in my throat, but I kept looking at him with wide eyes. As he got too close, I felt his breath on my lips. But he lowered his head and placed his lips on the net fabric that covered my shoulder. He placed a peck there and moved back, giving me goosebumps all over my body, making my legs shiver. Everyone applauded, clearly amused by his stunt. He was chuckling at my pale, horrified expression this time. My heart was still racing and I was shivering with nervousness and rage. Our family came and blessed us. We were about to move forward when Jungkook approached us. I stared at him as if it was the last time. It probably is. Congratulations, said while looking at mine. Thank you, homewrecker. Oh, I mean Jungkook, smiled innocently. I just closed my eyes in frustration and made a tight face to control myself. Now you can laugh at me as much as you want. You did exactly what you said. Looks at Tae with a worn out gaze. It's okay. I'll let you live this time. Smiled and patted Jungkook's shoulders lightly. Taehyung grabbed my hand and took me towards the photographer, leaving Jungkook behind. After a tiring ceremony, we were finally able to leave. I spent the entire ride staring out the window while he drove quietly, but played winning ceremony songs like Dreamers, Unstoppable, On Top of the World, Feeling Good, etc. to celebrate his victory. I'm already fed up with this cocky man. I completely ignored his existence. We got out of the car as it came to a stop in front of his mansion. Without waiting for him, I started walking, but stopped when I felt a tug on my gown. I looked back and he was holding my gown tail, which was a little longer from the back. I gave him a death glare as now I can't control anymore. What the F are you up to now? Considerate husband. That's what I am. Shrugged his shoulder, being unfazed. I tried to pull my gown from his grasp, but he tightened his grip. Leave it, considerate husband, my foot. You are an annoying husband. Fake gasp. You have accepted me as your husband already? Acting shock. I just clenched my jaws and looked away as my blood boiled with anger. I should just let him be. It's best to ignore him. I turned again and kept walking while he kept following me. I walked into the living room. Maids are on leave to give us some privacy. So, shall we start the business? Teasing talk. I just looked at him blankly and said, take your words back before my fist decide to meet your face personally. Let's go to our room, trying to pretend like nothing happened. I want a separate room. Maids will tell mom, but you can live in my closet if you want. I rubbed my temples to decrease my anger, but he held my hand and started walking towards the stairs. After some time, with lights off, I was sitting on the floor. My back rested against the edges of the bed, and I stared at the moon from the window. There were deafening noises in my head that I couldn't stop. I gulped to get control, but everything seems to be slipping out of hand. Or it already has. Nothing is in my control. I am ruined. You can cry. Sat beside Vine on the floor. Jungkook? No. It's Taehyung. Different person, but same words. I'm not weak. Blankly spoke. You are weak if you are afraid of crying. Stared at her face. I looked towards him and unintentionally, unknowingly, tears made their way out of my eyes. I touched my tears, looked at my wet fingers and frowned. I never cried in front of anyone, even if they insisted or hurt me. I never let my guards down. But why am I crying in front of him? In front of my enemy, my forced husband, without any regret? Why do I feel at ease being vulnerable? I was afraid of this emotion, but why I am not, all of a sudden? I remained expressionless as the tear flowed. I hiccuped lightly due to too much crying. I was still staring at the moon when a hand came in front of my face, holding a tissue paper. I gazed at him and he innocently said, your nose might be running. Use it. Don't be shy. I looked at him with my unwavering gaze, making him gulp and quickly stand up. One minute now. On the other hand, Jungkook's POV. Sorry, please, I'm so sorry. Crying hard, sitting on the floor of his bedroom, looking at her pictures, their pictures when they were happy together. He cried like a child. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Please come back. I'll never let you go, never. Sobs. He kissed her pictures and his tears cascaded like a waterfall. Yelled out her name in agony. He finally realized his feelings for the girl he claimed was his only best friend. feelings because I didn't want it to ruin our friendship. He let his body collapse on the floor, tears streaming down his cheeks, and he clutched her pictures tightly in his hand, mumbling while closing his eyes slowly. I'll never let you go, never. You are mine. I'll make you mine. I know you love me too. Taehyung doesn't deserve you. He doesn't. While he chanted these words, he let the word of darkness to devour his senses.